Hi, this is Eric Martin with BoardGameGeek. I'm here with Ignacy Cevicek from Portal Games.
That is true.
And we're going to be looking at Cry Havoc design originated from Grant Rodiak.
Yep.
And now it's been reworked.
And now it's developed at Portal Games. Yes, we will have 2 additional names on the box cover because we work very hard. So this is Grant Rodiak with the help from Michael Walczak and Michael Oracz.
All right. So I know Grant has posted a little bit about this, and this was initially based on Battle of York.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, and that's how he presented it to you initially?
Yes, at Gen Con 2013.
Okay. What has changed since then?
Everything.
So what was the spark that grabbed you, and what has stayed consistent?
So this part of the board, it was at
Which is not a finished board.
Yeah,
it is not final
so
RX.
at the beginning it was called Waves, and it was his very interesting concept of resolving battles, not with dice rolls, not with the cards, but having actual objectives for the battle. So if we can imagine that, because this is a real-time strategy game, we are recruiting forces, building, attacking opponents, like playing any of these video games. And now, if we consider that these 3 robots wants to invade this poor pilgrim, the Moloch player, the robots, will actually choose what's important for them in this battle. Okay. And these battle objective spaces will show them. So, first of all, we have territory control objectives. So if robots put miniatures here, it means that he wants to take control over this part of the region, because this is what's interesting for him. But he may put miniatures also here that he wants to take prisoners. If you take prisoners, you will get victory points later because you will interrogate them and get some bonuses and stuff. Yes. So okay. He may not care about actual terrain. He just wants to have prisoners. Yes. Or he can put his miniatures here, attrition objective. That means that he doesn't care about the control. He doesn't care about prisoners. He just wants to kill everybody, and he's going there just to kill. Okay. So it is very simple mechanism, because you're just taking miniatures, you put them here on the board. You actually decide what's the object of the battle. Yes. And now the pilgrims
for each individual battle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And now the pilgrims, who has only 1 forces in this region, he can defend this region because the defender wins the tie. So he would, in this situation, he would actually defend this region, and this region will stay under the control of the pilgrims.
Okay.
And he will say, okay, I have only 1 miniature here, whatever. We will lose this terrain, but we will take prisoner to get victory points for the rest of the game for interrogating him.
Okay.
Or he will go there and say, okay, we'll die, you die, we just kill each other, yes? Okay. So with this very simple mechanism that Grant came up, yes, with, we have, it's like 1 minute, actually very quick battle resolution, but it's actually so much static, yes?
But based on what you want and what they want, yes, which you may or may not know.
First, which is very thematic, first the invader decides why he's invading this terrain, so right. He's choosing the objective, and then defenders choose what we defend, yes? So it's very brilliant. I believe this is a really very interesting mechanism. What's more with this? Each terrain, by the way, this is not the final artwork for the cover, each region has 2 terrain types. So here we have a desert and a sea, here we have a jungle and the sea, mountains and the desert. We see each terrain has the 2 types of the terrain. And now, during the battle, players are able to play a card for this terrain. That means that they are very good at fighting in this terrain. We have these terrain cards here, and during the action phase, before the battles occur, they can draw this card. So if we during the game, when I see that you, Eric, are drawing these desert cards over and over, I know that you are planning to attack somebody at the desert. So this is like a very interesting information for the all players at the table, what's going on, because we see what you are training your forces for, yes? Okay. And then when the battle starts and we are fighting here, you will have 2 terrain tactics for the desert, and you will be able to outsmart me even more, yes? Okay. So this is also very smart mechanism of seeing what's going on, what they are preparing, and then, for example, if pilgrims have a card, oh, this is interesting. If you actually, can we see this card? This is in front of me. If Eric plays this card says reverse objectives in the reverse order. So we resolve first who takes the control, who takes prisoners, and then we kill. In the reverse order, the Eric's robots will first kill, because we reverse in the other order. So you kill me before I defend the control, yes? Okay. And you actually take control and kill everybody, yes? Okay. So this cards let us shake it to be the battle. Yeah. But first of all,
we have using our spying information, we know it's
exactly. Here. So you had to prepare for this battle and have these statistics in your hand, yes? Okay. So this is like all Portal games. We have this, you guys know, Ameritrash style, Hiroshima Hex, Tizos. We like sci-fi and fantasy. Right. But with this Euro mechanics, let's call it Euro mechanics, without rolling dice, without that kind of stuff, but with the very smart, objective-related battles, it's a very interesting game. We have other interesting mechanisms here. This was designed by Marke Oracz, this part of the game design that I just need. Okay, we can use, for example, now miniatures just to pretend. Let's pretend that everybody has only one victory point, but then we gather victory points for different objectives. Yes, this guy gets here and this guy gets here. This is how many rounds is in the game. So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds.
Okay.
But if one plays much better than anybody else at the table, and if he gets, after the first round, for example, he gets 16 points, this token goes here, and that means that we will play only 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. So the game is longer or shorter depending on how tight the gameplay is actually. If the game is very tie-breaking and everybody has a very good power on the board, we will play longer because we need to establish who is the better. But if one player gets and he has to, we will not resolve this. We will just have two games, 2 rounds, and he just won because he's so powerful. Yes. Right. So this game scales depending on the skills of the players. If the one player is much better than others, he will just finish this in a half an hour. Okay, guys, let's play again. Yes. It's very, very unique and very interesting because you are not bored in a situation that okay, I have like 100 points, we have 10, and we have to play another 5 rounds. Yes. Right. It's okay. I just trust you, and we finish. Yes. So it's very smart and interesting.
Also, it's a 2 to 4 player game, and you have unique factions.
Portal games, Hiroshima Hex, TCUs, we do IPSetters, we do unique factions. So we have these trucks. These are like monkeys from the Planet of the Apes. They are living on this planet and they are trying to defend. Yes, they have a lot of skills that let them disappear, move in a different direction, all this kind of stuff. You don't know where they are actually because they are everywhere. Yes, they have a lot of these tunnels that can let them move to the tunnels, and it's really hard to grab them and take them. We have Marines, people, they came there to control the planet. They have a lot of buildings and skills that let them, they like a military airport that lets them put control tokens on adjacent spaces, even there is no Marines, but they have a control over the terrain, all the kind of stuff. Yeah? So they want to take control of the board. Machines, let's face it, they just want to kill everybody. So they have a lot of buildings, rocket launchers, bombs attack and all that kind of stuff. They have the amazing skill that they can transform into the buildings. They can then transform into robots, move on the board, once again transform in the building, shoot again, transform the robots, move. So they're like transformers, moving around and just killing everybody. They give a couple of skills that give them more victory points if they just kill. Right. They don't understand the control part of the game. They understand just killing. And we have the pilgrims. These are the aliens. The victory points in the game in terms of team and in terms of story are some magical different, some crystals. Nobody knows what exactly this is. These guys are here just to examine this stuff. So during the game we will have here a lot of plastic crystal pieces that represent victory points. These guys can take them, examine them, and get more victory points. They can move them. They can do all that kind of stuff that they actually are not very good at fighting. They actually are not here for fight. They just want to take these crystals and examine them. So each faction plays completely different as in all our games. These guys are just escaping and trying to survive and take control over the board. These guys are hero, we are Marines, we take control over the board. These guys just want to kill everybody. And this guy doesn't want to fight, they want to just examine their powers.
Okay, all right.
This is Havoc. It's released for Gen Con 2016. If you like any game that you build your buildings, you recruit forces, and you destroy opponent, and you have a really very, very tactical way of solving battle, this is it.
All right. Thanks for the overview.
Thank you.